Hey y'all, today is the day. I'm going at it. I'm taking out the Maypop mansion, saving as much as the Maypop as I can. Let me show you my plan. But first, there's a monarch. You know, we always get interrupted by butterflies on my channel. Okay, the Maypop has big stems going into the ground all the way around. And I was going to try and keep those intact, but I'm not. This one in particular, I'm going to pull because this right here is our double gate, and I totally blocked the side of the gate with the mansion, and we really want to open that up in case we ever have to have tree people come back in our garden and, you know, work on the trees or trim them. And so that Maypop has to go. But once I pull that out, I'm gonna like kind of flip it up over, and then I'll be able to start tearing out the crop cage from underneath. So that's my plan. I'm gonna go get started, and I'll pop in with you here and there and let you see my progress and my challenges. And of course, there'll be an after, I hope. Oh, look. And look, here's the monarch. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. See, look at that. The whole Maypop is like one carpet, but it's not attached itself to the crop cage. So it just pulled right up and flipped over, and it should slide off the backside once I start taking this apart. That's exactly what I had hoped would happen. All right, I'm going back to it. I am making progress. It's coming apart real easily. The only thing is I have to use my little oh my gosh, this hammer has a specific name. Mallet? It's gone from my brain. To get some of the connections to let go, but beside that, it's coming down real easy. And look at all this new space I'm gonna have for something, except I'm gonna keep the gate clear. All right, this is becoming a formidable task. This is where I am. My husband's come down to help me. I've recruited help. I feel like we're so close, but that back corner is just like glued in, and it's not easy to get to because I can only come at it from this side because the wild limes are behind it. All right, the crop cage is out, and now I have this, which is actually stuck in the wild lime. So I'm gonna work on separating that out, and we'll go from there. And it's done. So all of the Maypop, I flipped over the fence. Some of it is still connected to roots going into the ground, and some of it, the roots got pulled. So I just left it all together, and that way any caterpillars that are on the part that's gonna die can crawl onto the part that's not gonna die, and eventually the parts that are gonna die are gonna turn brown, and I'll be able to pull them out and then leave the green behind and then do something with it. We'll probably just run it down the fence and around because it already is kind of growing there, and just maintain it that way. It's kind of sad, and look at how much sun is here now. I mean, that created a lot of shade in this space. So we're gonna like end the garden there so we can open that gate all the way. So I've got to do some moving of things around, but for now for this day, at least for this moment. I think I'm done because that was a lot of work. But no worries, there will be more to this video coming later. Wow. Well, inspiration happened. I got this burst of energy. I went in, drank one of my vegan protein shakes, and then boom, I had a new outlook and ideas. And there's lots of butterflies. Let me show you what I have done to that space. And I'm feeling better about it. So there were some potted plants and 2 pentas in the ground. I moved those. I'll show you where they went in a minute. I slid this post back, and we want to be able to, like I said, look, there's the remnants of the crop cage. I want to be able to open this gate, but we don't have to open it all the way, because when you come in, like, you literally will want to go off at an angle to get to that open walkway. You're not going to need to come in and go to the walled garden. So, like, if you're bringing a wagon or even one of those small lifts that they use for tree trimming, it's going to go in there. So I can angle the border from this edge back to the post. And I've got to free the post that's underneath all these weeds, and I'm going to move it over there, and that way we'll have the double opening back. There were also some pavers right in there. Remember them? They were under that bench in the Maypop mansion. And wait till you see what I did with those. I moved them over to the nectar garden in the walkway. It's so cool. Look how awesome this is. Look at that. It's no longer weeds. I love it. And the 2 pentas that I moved into here. The white one is right there, and the pink one is right here next to the lavender one. There's already butterflies checking everything out. So I'm feeling better. I love this little cobblestone walkway. Oh my gosh. Okay, again, we're just making some delicious lemonade here. Let me keep on working. All right, fence post is over there. I have these stones in there too, so just a kind of little walkway in, and now the gate can open all the way. We don't need it to open this far, so maybe I can plant some little small things on the other side of the walkway. And then I have stuff in that spot. There's all those pots that were in the Maypop mansion, but they don't have to stay there. And I have a whole new space to garden. I'm feeling so much better about this, especially the little walkway. The little walkway makes everything better. I love it. Well, hey there. It's Tuesday, and a decision has been made. The Barbados Cherry, the majority of you said to take it down, but that's not what I'm gonna do, because this little Barbados cherry tree has been through a lot. Like, it died all the way back, and I saved it, and I just can't find it in my heart to take it out. So I'm gonna trim it up and shape it up and try and get it tree looking again. So here it is right now. Thanks to Hurricane Milton, it's going that way. But let me give a good walk around. So you can see it from all angles. because hopefully the next time you see this, it's gonna look kind of like a tree. I wonder if I can do that. I think I can. I'm gonna try. All right, we'll be back. Okay, are you ready for it? It's pretty cute. I think that was a good choice. It's gonna do well there. It's gonna fit right in, and it's not hogging all the space. My gardening friends, I introduce you to the new and improved Barbados Cherry tree. Look at that. I've got it held up with a plant stand. Eventually it'll stay up on its own, but for now it's getting a little support. Look how cute it is. And if we step in close, it's got some little buds on it. They're adorable, and I'm glad I decided to trim it up and keep it. Just focusing on one small thing at a time and finding joy in that one small improvement, it just makes the whole process a little better, because there's still a lot of work to do, but I'm having fun along the way. Now it's Wednesday and it's a really overcast day today. I think there is a front coming through. It's kind of chilly. I don't love it, but it's great weather to tackle the sweet almond. First of all, it's leaning over. I'm going to trim it up some. Then I'm going to stand it up. I'm actually going to use the little plant stand thing that I used to hold up the Barbados Cherry. I'm going to try and use that on the sweet almond, because a regular stake will work on the little Barbados Cherry. And remember the bloom I showed you yesterday? Or the blooms, actually, they've opened. Look how sweet. Imagine this little tree covered in these little things. Okay, now I'm going to go start working on that. And I'm just going to trim up some of the branches and we'll go from there. Okay, this sweet almond had a tendency to grow forward, and in doing so it would get into this part of the garden from behind. So what I think I'm going to do is, while it's here on its side, I'm going to, you like my pointer, I'm going to clip off all the branches that are going out this way, and then hopefully it'll grow more upright instead of forward into that garden space. So that's my goal. And then I'm going to get some of these big tall ones off. You know where the butterflies like to go, like the zebra swallowtail when it visited, way up high where I couldn't see it. Yeah, we're gonna trim those too. Just real quick, while we're back here, I'm going to show you my husband put all my potted trees. Well, not all of them, but some of them are back here right in the corner against the wall. So I still have to move those out too. I think I've pretty much got it trimmed how I want it to be. Of course, when I get it upright, there'll definitely be more trimming. And now I'm just gonna push it up and prop it with this, kind of the way I have the Barbados Cherry propped. You can see how the Barbados Cherry is already standing up a lot better on its own, but it still needs some support. So I will add a stake over here and just swing it over a little bit more. Okay, so here we go. Gosh, do you want to try and come with me? I don't know. Can I hold my camera and this at the same time? Let's see. I'll just set this right here so I can grab it really easily. Let me see how heavy this is. Oh yeah, it's gonna snap. Okay, it doesn't want to come up. I think it might be stuck on something on the other side. So I'm going to get in there under and investigate and see if I can't push it up, because pushing it up to me is easier than pulling it up. We'll be back. Okay, I'm in the tree. I've got it up, and of course the prop stand is over there and I'm here. But I got it up so I can get it up again. All right, I got it up. Woohoo! It's definitely heavier on this side, so I'm going to do some trimming and then see if I can get the base upright some more. You can see how I have the little stand in there holding it up, but I feel like it could go up some more. And I think when I do a little trimming, I can make that happen. We'll see. But it's like it's making a huge difference in this whole area to have both of these taken care of. That's for sure. I think if I get this branch here, and then there's another one right back there, it's going up and then it curves. See that one that's curving way over down here? I think if I get those two, it's going to make a good difference. All right, I got a lot more of it trimmed. So now I'm going to see if I can't get it to. I mean, it looks okay from this angle. It doesn't really look like it's leaning, but from the other side it does. And you can see at the base how they're both totally going off to the right. So I'm going to see if I can just force it up a little bit more, and then we'll just do some cleanup trimming. Oh my goodness, that's been a big weight on my mind, was this and the Maypop Mansion, which we already took care of. We're taking care of some of the big things in this video. Okay, let me get back to it. Okay, my inspectors are, checking my work. I think that's as upright as I'm going to get it for now. I don't really like how I've got it stabilized with the plant stand thing. So I think I still will. One of you suggested a T-post, and I think I will look into that. But for now, that's holding it. And what will eventually happen is the tree will be able to stay in that position on its own without support. So now I'm going to go and trim it up a little because it's a little lopsided. And that'll be that for now. I was just coming in here to get something, and there is, well, there's this little orange barred sulfur that he closed, but it wasn't in my new chrysalis setup. It was hanging. I didn't show you my hanging ones, but look who is here. Let me get some lighting. There we go, that's better. Hello, beautiful. So, it worked. At least it worked for this one. Trying to figure out where he came from. Oh, sorry. Right there. That one. Or it's she. Let me fly you under. Oh, she's beautiful. I'm so glad that worked. Yay. That's fabulous. All right, back to what we were doing. Okay, guys, I changed it up a little bit and I like it so much better. Instead of using that folding plant stand, Hello, hello, little zebra longwing. I use one of my poles from the Maypop mansion, and it has one of these on the end of it, so the V holds onto that branch. And instead of putting pressure on just one part of it, like the other plant stand was doing, because only one of the feet was holding up the branch, the weight of the branch is distributed across the whole V, and so it's not going to damage the tree, and it gives better support. I hope that makes sense. So I like that so much better. And now I think I'm going to put the plant stand back over here, or maybe, what was that? My voice cracked here. I think I'm gonna put the plant stand back over here, or maybe I'll try one of those on this too. Let me go see what I got. Making use of stuff you have. I'm keeping all those metal poles to use for stakes and other places too, because those are great. Are we good, Ringo? Do you approve? All right, the little stake worked for the Barbados Cherry too. Okay, now I'm gonna trim up the sweet almond a little, but let me back up some more so you see how much better this is. And even though that sweet almond was huge and gorgeous, look how pretty. Let's pause a minute for the near leaf sunflower. Okay, back here. Let me show you something up close. All the stems are covered in new leaf growth, so it's going to be filling in no time. Just like, remember when my husband trimmed back this firebush? Look at it. Things grow back fast in Florida. Okay, I've got it trimmed how I want it, and it's going to grow in nicely and have some good shape again. Now I am going to work on a little weeding here and sprucing up the pentas here and over there, and I'll be back to show you a final look at the space. And it's opening up a lot of space for future plants too. I love it. Isn't it so satisfying when you grab like one little clump of weeds and pull it, you get this whole huge section of weeds up? I love moments like that. Okay, I'm back in the garden room. I found my pipe vine, and I accidentally pulled a little out, so I put it in a floral tube to bring in as cuttings. I have one little guy left. Let me just set this in here. There. So he's right there. You can see one pupated here. And then this one up here is getting ready to pupate. And one of the giants came over, decided to pupate here too. But what I wanted to show you in here is, now we have the little orange barred sulfur, we have the eastern black swallowtail female, and look, this is a polydamas swallowtail. So my little setup is working. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my goodness, look at these beauties. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't even notice right below. Another orange barred sulfur eclosed too. So that's 4 butterflies. They'll be flying in my garden probably tomorrow. let this cold front with all the gray sky blow through and get us some sunshine. Also, while I was out there working, I cut back all of my giant milkweed down to the ground that was in that area. And then I took them in and washed all the leaves and put the cuttings in my kombucha bottles. And I just tucked them all in here around where all of my little monarch, look how adorable. 3 little babies right there. Anyway, where they're all over here, they'll just have more to munch. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look, there's a big one down there. I just saw the queen too. There's the little queen. One of them. Okay, I think I'm pretty much ready to show you the after. It's not beautiful, remember, we did just have a Category 2 hurricane go through, but everything's upright, weeded, and I got a lot of space to plant new things. We'll just start right here. Look, my walkway's open again. Used to be you could walk all the way around to the other side, and now we can again. I really want to keep it that way because I like that. I put in a trellis piece right here. This is one of the butterfly ones because I didn't need it down there anymore. That's a whole nother thing with the tropical sage. But it's holding this red pentas up because it was blown over here. And then I trimmed up the red pentas a little bit, and it's looking pretty good, even on a cloudy day, I do have to say. Right over here is my fire bush. Then back here is the ugly air conditioner. This whole porterweed was flat over. And so I stood it up with a trellis piece, you know. I heard some cracking as I stood it up, so I hope it's all okay. I didn't see any broken branches. But then I found like my little pipe vine down here. You can see the main stem of it right there. It's just growing all up in here again. So yay, I'm gonna let that be. I might bring a trellis back for it. Or maybe actually I'll just leave that trellis there, and then it can grow up into the porterweed and that trellis. Maybe I'll do that. And right here is my little sweet almond all staked up. And let me show you, this whole time I have been in this tree. Like I have been in it, trimming things and pushing it up. And look at what I have been in it with. A wasp building a nest. Me and this wasp have been hanging out, and it has left me alone, and so I'm leaving it alone. I cannot believe I have not had this thing coming at me while I was in here tearing up and trimming up this tree, but nope. I pulled out all the weeds. I cut back all my swamp milkweed. You can see the little stems. That's what you're supposed to do at the end of October. All the milkweed gets cut back. Some of it's growing back at the base already. You can see little sprouts coming up. That back there, that thicker white stem, that's a giant milkweed. Cut back to the ground. That gets rid of all the old leaves that could have a buildup of OE spores, just kind of cleaning everything up. There's my Darrow's blueberry. I have another little one coming right beside it. And this is the other side of the red pentas, Barbados Cherry. I have this little pot is a wetland pot. You can see the pond liner sticking out. This is my Stokes aster. It loves a wet setting. It bloomed beautifully this year. It used to be over by the Maypop mansion, but when I took that down, I just moved it over here and set it here. Is it staying here? I don't know. It's just here hanging out for the moment. And here's a couple of pentas. There's a white pentas, and I'm not sure what color that one is. This is something, an experiment. So I didn't trim this milkweed back, but as you can see, like I can just pinch off these leaves here. There are no old leaves on it. So it is growing back. Now, why does this one look so much greener and healthier than that is because I planted this one in a bin and it has no drain holes, so it just fills up with water. And then there's I think 6 milkweeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 milkweeds in here. Let me pinch off these old leaves. And it is definitely happier in a very wet setting. Same with, don't look at the ugly mess, but there's a lot of swamp milkweed in here too, and it's still growing, it's still green. I did a video a few weeks ago on planting more swamp milkweed in here, and this is my wetland garden, and the swamp milkweed in here is much happier also. So I'm considering moving all of this milkweed while it's going into dormancy. Maybe some of it's growing back, but really swamp milkweed doesn't have big roots at the bottom. They're very easy to move around, unlike like the tuberosa, which puts down the big taproot. These do not. So I might actually, it's a big project. I have lots of snow square stem over there, which does not need a wetland setting. It just came up there. So I might move that out to along the side of the house over here and then move these little swamp milkweeds into there. But that'll be for another day. That's just a thought I'm having. Okay, so moving along, and then here's this other red pentas on this side. And then there is another giant milkweed back there that I cut down to the ground. And you can see it's already got a little tiny baby one growing up already. And that's it. So looking good, looking good. I look at all this empty ground and I think, oh, now I want to keep my walkway. So like this right back here, I really do want to keep it. But all of this up here is going to become nectar garden, regardless of whether or not I move the swamp milkweed. I'm going to fill this in. I've got lots of red pentas I could plant in here. I might put some starry rosin weeds in here, maybe 1 or 2 snow square stems. All of these things I have, but I also might do some shopping for maybe some new things. There are also a few things in the potted garden that have outlived their pot and are ready to go in the ground, so I might move some of those over there. Potted garden's looking good though. I've got all these things I'm gonna do. Just subscribe and keep watching because there's a lot happening. I've got videos. Oh my gosh, they're all swirling around up here. So that being said, I gotta go film my video for my members who are gonna get their video today, and then you're gonna see this video tomorrow morning, hopefully, if I get everything edited okay. So I'm gonna go film my members video. I'd love for you to join my channel. Members get extra videos. They get access to my season 1 and season 2 and some other fun little perks like little cute emojis. Only $4.99 a month, and that is an investment in my channel that helps me keep doing what I'm doing. And on that note, I'll say tap the like button and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to learn about joining my channel membership, information is in the description. The description starts right below the video, and then it'll have like the little dot, dot, dot. If you tap it, it'll expand to the side maybe, and then it'll say more. If you tap more, it'll open up the rest of it. I know it's like a 3-step process to get into that, but that's how you do it. Oh, I want to tell you one more thing. There's some new little, like, I guess you could say they're emoji symbols that are coming up on YouTube by your name. So I want to tell you what they mean. If you see a red, it's like a little red YouTube symbol, that means you're a subscriber. So you can see other people who comment who are subscribers. Now, it only shows up if you make your subscriptions public. Some people do not have their subscription set on public, so they won't get that symbol. It doesn't necessarily mean they're not a subscriber. I just want you to know. Don't, that's how that is. And then the little purple symbols are my top commenters. I love you guys. So comment. Everybody comment. I'll have like 300 views and 24 comments. I mean, 300 of you watch the video. Say hi. Just say hi. Or just give me an emoji. Give me a little butterfly emoji, caterpillar, little flower, just something. All those little comments say, oh, you like the video. All right, I'm going to stop talking now. I'll see you in the next one.